Where is your female vice president, Mr. Obama? Where is your female and male gender balance Congress? Why have you and Michelle left this information out of and you and Mr. Biden and Mrs. Jill Biden left this out of the discussion of the American people for so long? It is unacceptable, and we won't accept it anymore. And Big Brother can come get me in my house and from my backyard if he wants to stop me. Here comes the quote. The more complete the despotism, the more smoothly all things move on the surface. That is CBS. And here is the quote from Frederick Douglass. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They are people who want rain without thunder and lightning. Well, this is women's thunder and lightning, and we're offering it over the internet. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both, moral and physical. But there must be a struggle, and women must stand up to gender imbalance and cooptation and enabling and patriarchy, and they must stand up to it in their sisters as well as in their brothers, or the whole human race will go over a cliff like lemmings, including the 1%, and it will be the fire this time, and that's why we built the Ark. We don't want to see that happen. There will be more tapes on this made and coming out in the next coming days, and we will get them out all over the world. We hope this tape doesn't go viral. We want it to go radial, like the goddess Ra in my name. It was both god and goddess in the ancient times. She was called Rhea in the Baltic regions. And we want it to go radial, to radiate out into the world and be on the radio, and we have radio broadcasts about it, and we encourage every woman to use the media available to her, YouTube, Blog Talk Radio, all of them, anything available, and every website, and make files and send them to everyone you know, and make audio and print and video files and send them everywhere, and be the media until the media takes heed. And if the internet is denied you, there are free men on the internet, and they will protect it. And there are places in the world that will protect it. And we will get this information out, and it will radiate like a mighty river into the world. We thank you for your listening today. This was declared on July 4th. We will declare it every day. We will call all of the media offices, NBC, ABC, and TBS, and all of them that have been keeping this a secret from the American people. And we will bring ourselves up from the floor of 91st percentile in the world due to the mismanagement of many patriarchal American women who don't realize they've been betraying their own gender, their own sisters, their own mothers. These are women who grow up psychologically overwhelmed by their fathers and overly endowed with a need to act like their fathers instead of balance between their mothers and their fathers. That is a pathology that affects women and turns them either passive or co-opted. It is a pathology. Jean Shinoda Bolen and other Jungian therapists can help you solve it. It has to be dealt with. And it's time, and it's overdue time, for the American people to catch up with the women of Rwanda, who have 50-50, of Wales, who have 50-50, of all the cities of France, who have 50-50, and would have had it in their national government if our government had heeded Jospina Nagasenski and Sylvia Nagasenski at all, instead of forcing them into an underground. And we know that we have 50-50 in all of the cities and villages of India that started out at 33% and graduated to 50-50. We will bring it to the national government of India. We will bring it back to the national regional government of Egypt, of Israel, of France, and we will improve on the progress in Germany, and we will improve on the progress in Belgium, which is already at the 30 percentile, and we will bring the Norwegians up from 40 to 50%, and we know the Swedes are already at close to 50%. We have been way behind the Swedes for decades. The Swedes were the great leaders, and they still are a peace culture, full of family leave and peace processes that they bring to the rest of the world. Instead, we bring more military men who kill off other living men and children instead of bringing non-lethal weapons and peace and teaching a balance of gender. We need an army that teaches balance of gender. We need to follow the advice of Rian Eisler, who wrote The Chalice and the Blade in the 1970s and still offers this advice today on the Partnership Way website. We are very late, and the earth is dying because we're so late. We are catching up on July 4th, and we hope we have caught up, and we hope we are not too late to save this earth. We should have done this in the year 2000. I ran for president on a gender balance ticket on the year 2000 with Jama Wayne Erickson. We got 4 votes, 3 in Maryland and his vote in Alaska. Jama Wayne Erickson was a man of Finnish heritage, a mine safety engineer who was an investor that used to work for Fidelity Investments, but became a proponent of women's activism and children's rights and preventing the doping up of our children by the use of Ritalin, and was very active in seeking women's partnership, just as the way it exists in Finland, where women first got the vote. We are going to finish the revolution that Finland started with the vote, only this time we're going to have balance of gender in the decision-making offices of the world. We, the American women, will mature ourselves, and we will call each other senator and ambassador from this day forward. Every woman in this country and in the world has the name senator, ambassador, and parliamentarian, and co-president, and co-secretary general until our processes allow us to fully elect the gender balance teams that we have described in our declaration. Until then, Mrs. Bachelet is the co-secretary general of the United Nations. We don't care what Mr. Moon says about it anymore, handpicked by the U.S. government. We want the sun and the moon together, and in this generation, the women are the sun, as well as the moon. We are both, and we have always been. And my name, Ra, is from the goddess Ra of the sun. And I am the rising sun, not the setting sun on the human race. We are starting out the new millennium 12 years late, but we are going to start it, and with the help of Mother, Father, God, Goddess, God, who has never been a sexist and always wanted the partnership of female and male on this planet, and the community, and in the human family, with no abuse and no domination. This is the mother and father of us all, and they want true sisterhood and brotherhood for the people of Philadelphia, New York, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, California,